Hi there guys, it's Helen from Slim and Stylish and you are joining me for another Advent Countdown project. For those of you who don't know, I am doing an Advent project back to back, one every day from the 1st of December to the 24th of December for you to get some Christmas inspiration from. Every day you open your Advent, there will be a new video and blog for you to enjoy. I'm fully aware before I start that this is not a Christmas present. This is a birthday present that I gave to my birthday in October, and I will tell you the fun story behind it. But this is what I'm going to create today. I'm going to make it for Christmas. So we have a dog. We argue over the dog. He's a family dog, but my brother thinks he's his dog. And he's very possessive over his dog. And whenever I take the dog for a walk, I seem to lose his ball. Not me, that the dog hides it from me, but we lose the ball and we come back and we're always in trouble because we've lost the ball. So for his birthday, the dog and I got him a present and it was this box. But when you open it, all of the flaps come out and there's a tennis ball in there. And I've left a little note in here, happy birthday from Noble. So Noble's our dog. And we opened it up at the at the birthday table. There was all the family there when we were having a Chinese to celebrate his birthday, and it created a bit of a laugh. And guess what? He's going to have exactly the same present for Christmas, because I'll have lost about 20 more balls between then and Christmas. So this is what my project's going to be today, and I'm going to show you how to make it. I'm going to be doing it in blacks and whites. So you need a 9" by 9" piece of black cardstock, and this is 7 1/8 of an inch by 7 1/8 of an inch, so it's just over 7 inches by 7 inches. And then you need a piece of designer series paper. I've got the whole sheet because I'm going to cut it with you and talk you through the sizes. This is the designer series paper I am using. It's this one here, Merry Little Christmas, from the Merry Little Christmas Suite. And we're going to play with that. We're going to play with the baubles, a bit of the ribbon, a bit of the vintage stuff. And hopefully, if I'm going to have a look at the size, I haven't quite worked it out yet. I'm going to be using one of these, I think, on it. So let's get started. You're going to need a trimmer. I'm using my trimmer as both a trimmer and a scorer today. So you need to put you don't really need to put your arm out. I'm going to. It's a 9" by 9" piece of cardstock. I'm going to put my arm out just because I want to put my arm out. But as I'm going to be cutting no further than 6 inches, you actually don't really need to. No, because I'm filming. Let's go in the middle and I won't put my arm out. So you just unlock your paper trimmer. Now first of all you want to score. Okay, so if you put that on 6 inches there, you want to score. So you're using the light fawn rather than the black. So you've got the two colours, the light fawn and the dark fawn. The light fawn is your scorer, the dark fawn is your cutter. You don't want to cut, you want to score, and you want to score at 6 inches straight down, all the way. The reason I'm using this to score today is because I will want to cut, but I want to cut specific measurements. Okay, you also want to score at 3 inches. Right, turn it round. Okay, 95 degrees. You want to score it again at 6 inches. So again, using the fawn. Hold your paper still while you do it. It's very easy when it's card to knock it out. And then at 3 inches and back up. So you've got this kind of crisscross. It's 9 inches long and you've scored it at 3 and 6 on each. And you've got, I don't know whether you can see, you've got 9 squares of 3 by 3. Okay, so to cut it, what you want to do is you want to put your card at 3 inches, like that, and you want to use your cutting tool now. You want to bring this all the way down to where your previous score mark was. Okay, so if we look at that, there's your one score mark, there's your other score mark. You bring in the cutting blade directly to where that was. You're picking the whole thing up And you're coming down to the next crisscross, putting your score blade down and cutting it. So you've got, if I can just show you that. Oh, that hasn't gone through. I didn't push on that. Didn't push at all. Let's take it back to 3 inches. That's my fault. Rushing ahead and I wasn't cutting the paper. Right, there we go. So you've got these two. Okay. So you want to bring it round now. So your 2 flaps here are there. And you want to put it on 6 inches. And you want to do exactly the same again. So you want to take this up on this side to where the cross in the paper is, or the cross of the score lines, drop it down there and take it back up. Okay. You now want to turn it, and you only want to do this to one of the sides. Okay, so you've got both of these so they fold in. Okay, you see that? It's a bit big on this. You want to cut it across there and across there, but you don't want to cut that bit at all. Okay, so if you take it to 6 inches, drop it where the cross is and cut that off, and then take it to 3 inches, drop it where the cross and the score line is and cut that bit off. Okay, so that is what you're left with. That's what you want. Okay, so you're just going to fold these across now and burnish them. Okay. That's frayed because that's the bit where I didn't cut it straight. It's not a trimmer, that's user error, my user. Okay, so all of your bits should now be in. Now it's up to you. You can either use your trimmer for this. I'm actually just going to use a long pair of scissors. Okay, and I'm just going to cut from this corner here straight across to this corner here, like that. Okay, and I'm going to do exactly the same here from this corner here straight across to that corner there, like that. So you have what I call a teddy bear. Don't know if you can see him. There's his head, his arms and both legs. Okay, and that is in essence your box. Okay, I'm just going to chop across there. You don't have to, it fits perfectly without it. But I'm just going to chop his 1 foot of his leg off so that he folds a bit neater. You don't have to, it's totally up to you. Okay, and I'm going to arc the inner one in as a tab. You know, like you do when we do boxes, just tab that foot in. So that shuts and that comes over. Okay, do it again on this side. Like I said, you really don't have to. I just do it because I like it to all come together at the end. And a long pair of scissors rather than your Stampin' snips is much better for that. Okay, and that is essentially your box. So what you need to do here is you would need a little bit of fast fuse, a tiny bit, and run it just along the bottom there. If you can see what I'm doing, I'm not putting it all onto the box. Okay, I've only put half of it on there. Okay, I'm not sure if you could see that. So I'm not putting a full strip, I've just put half a strip, and I've used my silicone mat for the rest of it. Seal that down. Come round and do this side. Same principle, half of it on the silicone mat, half of it on the box. So it's only a thin strip. But because you are using card, fast fuse is best. And across. And that's essentially your box. So before I decorate it, I'm just going to do the lid with you now. The lid is really simple to do, really simple. It is 7 1/8 of an inch, so it's only just over being 7 inches, okay? You want to treat it as if it's 7 inches. So you want to put it at 1 inch on each side. Okay, you're just using the fawn now. All right, so on each side you want to score it at 1 inch and at 2 inches. On each side. Okay, so turn it round, score it at 2 inches and score it at 1 inch. When it's so close, so you score it at 2 inches, holding the paper so it doesn't move. When you score it at 1, because you can't really get your hand in to hold the paper, make sure you hold the frame. When it's card, it does tend to wobble a little bit, obviously, because it's quite thick to get the scoring tool through. So you just need to hold it in place. Your trimmer has a very shiny surface. Well, you can probably see my light's reflecting in it. Very shiny, so it does slip a little bit on it. Right, so you've got that. I don't know whether you can see, with a 1 inch and a 2 inch line on each side. Let me just burnish it so you can see it clearly. 1, 2, 1, 2, okay. So what you want to do, I'm going to go back to my thin snips now, is you want to create a flap for the last inch just there. Okay, so that'll be a flap on each section. Oh, doing that flap the wrong way. Going too quick for myself. Right, so you've got this funny little square then in the corner. You want to take this one off, and this one off. So if you just go straight across, straight down. That's how you want each corner to look. Okay, so straight across, straight down, straight across, straight down. He's going to guess this is a tennis ball, of course, for Christmas, but it was so funny for his birthday that it's got to be done again. It's got to be done. He's very serious. My brother takes himself very seriously. Right, let's chop that tab in. Okay, and then you just want to do that again. All right, and then come over this side. Make sure they're the ones that are facing each other. So in a way they kind of bow to each other there. Okay. All right, like that. And that's really all the cutting for your lid. You just need to glue it now. So I'm going to fold it back out because I want to decorate it first. So I'm going to get my score and my trimmer. again. I'm going to get my paper. And because I know that it's 3-inch squares, I'm going to come in at 2. And what's that? 2 3/4. And I'm going to cut straight down. And then I'm going to cut all of these to 2 3/4. Okay, back up. 2 3/4. I need 5 2 3/4 squares. So that's going to be 4. I'll just do another one. So it's a 2 3/4 square again. I'm going to guess at where 2 3/4 squares are going to be there, because I'm going to bring my cutting tool down. I'm just going to do that to get the next one. That's the great thing about the trimmer. You don't have to cut all the way down like you would with a guillotine. Doesn't quite fit on my desk for filming purposes, but that's why it's so good, is because you don't have to ruin all your pieces of cardstock. So I'm going to do the lid first. So I'm just going to pick one of these. Now, pick which bit is going to be your front. These bits will be on the side of your front, so you need your front to have those folding against. Okay, so this is going to be my front. I'm just going to stick a bit of fuse on that. Just layer that in the middle there. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to seal my box. So to seal my box, I'm going to do this bit first. I'm just going to run a little bit of fast fuse down you down the centre. So those are the bits that fold in. You want a bit of fast fuse in the middle of this one, and a bit of fast fuse in the middle of this one. Just in the middle. I'm not really listening to myself, am I? There we go. Thank you. Right, so you're coming in with your striped ribbon. Okay. Make sure it's straight, and you want to stick it all the way along. Okay, this is going to go all the way along this box. Cut it. Oh, my sharp snips. There. Okay, I also want my vintage trim, which is not out. I haven't got it out. Bear with me 2 seconds and I'll just grab my vintage trim. Or I think I'm grabbing it. There we go. I don't have an organised ribbon drawer. You'll be so sad to know it's not organised at all in the slightest. And the vintage trim is just going to run up the middle of there. So I'm just going to run some fast fuse up there. Put the vintage trim in. And then I'm going to fast fuse both sides, and I'm going to run a strip of fast fuse all the way along there so that I can stick that completely in. Okay. That's how that's going to run. Right, what I want to do now is I want to stick the fast fuse onto there and there. There and there, and seal that half of the lid up. Okay, see that? Right, now coming over to this side, I'm going to run my striped ribbon all the way around, tight, pull it tight, like that. So it runs straight around the box. Just going to trim my vintage trim. I'm going to give myself probably that much to tie it. And I'm going to do exactly the same on this side. Fast fuse, vintage trim, and again I'm going to stick this down like that before bringing it in. Right. Not sticking that on the right side. Doesn't matter, it's going to be covered anyway. Okay, so you're just bringing these in like that and sticking those together. That one's not going to stick because I haven't put any sticky on because I put it on the wrong side. So I'm just going to bring some Tombow in it. Tombow's not going to work. There we go. For that. I'm then going to put some Tombow on the inside of this flap here when it finally comes out. I'm going to seal the flap shut. I can't get my hand off that fast fuse I stuck in there. That's typical. Okay. Come around to this side. I don't think having shadows of an evening and working on a black box really works very well, to be honest, but there we go. I decided to do it because I'm a nitwit, and stick that down. I don't know, can you see that now? Okay, so there's your box or your lid. Turn it upside down and just tie the vintage trim together. Okay. You then want to come to this part of your box. It's dead simple now. These four, you just want to put your fast fuse on the back of. I will suggest that you stick it on and turn it round, because that way you know that you stick it on, you turn it round, that all your trees are the right way, rather than sticking your tree up there and then finding you've got it upside down. Which I was clever enough to just mention to you, but silly enough to do. That's upside down. I wonder if I can get it off quickly. I fast fused it though, so I doubt I can. I'll cut another piece and put it over the top. What an idiot. Honestly. Too busy trying to rush through it because I noticed that I'd gone over 20 minutes and I didn't like to go over 20 minutes. And instead, put my tree on backwards, and I put it on backwards to the front piece as well. There's just no words for that, is there? So let's get my trimmer again. Oh, just must be far too late in the day for me. 2 3/4 inches we were going at, weren't we? Just that. And 2 3/4 inches there. Oh, I could lose my temper with myself sometimes. I just get so distracted. There we go. Stick it upside down. There we go. there is your box. Okay, all you need to do when you take the lid off, obviously give it a chance to dry, is that will be where your little note goes in. So I put a little note in this one. If I just take the note out, put it in there, well, that will be where your note goes. Seal it up. And here's your box. Okay, I am just going to put a stamp onto the front. It's going to be this stamp set here that I'm using, and I'm just going to ink that up. So I'm going to do the no peeking. I like the no peeking. Use your grid paper to get it straight. Coming in with Memento ink, because I'm going to stick with the black and white theme. Okay. Push that down. I've got the punch here. Punch it out. And then what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to put a dimensional onto the bottom. Does it fit fully that way? No, it's going to have to be. So I'm going to put a dimension on the bottom, and then when I actually seal it, I'm going to put a glue dot just behind there to stick that to the top, but I don't want to stick it to the top yet because I want to write a little note in it. And that is my super duper little cube box that just folds up. Puts it on like that. If you really want to jazz it up, and that's probably what I'm going to do, is I'm going to put one of these mini ornaments onto the box. Okay, they are so cute. They are tiny and small and gorgeous. And I will of course just pop one on. In fact, I might do it now. Can I just feed it into the trim? I think I'm going to need some twine because that's quite a small gap, and I don't have any twine in here, so I'm not sure I'm going to get that in, but let me try. Ha ha ha, where there is a will, there is a way. Let's just knot that in so it stays in place. And there is my super cute little folder box for my brother's Christmas present. Okay, hope you enjoyed. Thanks everybody, and don't forget to join me again for tomorrow for another Advent Countdown. Thank you.